what's up you guys? My name is Swati and welcome back to my channel where if the book is nice, you read it twice. So, I'm a booktuber and I love reading books. So today I'm bringing to you a special video because I have been lately consumed by thrillers. Now, while reading these thriller books, what I've noticed is that I bought a lot of thrillers this year and I've also collected few thrillers in the past, but I've not read as much thrillers. So I don't know how many times I'm going to say thrillers in this video, but I have actually 3 shelves full of thriller books. They're here, and then there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a point of reading all the backlist thriller that I have before the end of this year. So first of all, what we need to do is divide them into read and unread pile. So let's begin. These are all my thrillers that I currently own right now. Now I will simply divide them in read and unread pile. So if I have read a thriller and I have unhauled it because I didn't like it too much, it won't be in this pile, but my favorites are always left behind because I want them in my library. So let's see how many I have that I have not read yet. This is my read pile. This is also my favorites thrillers I have ever read. And then these books are my unread pile. So let me place them back and then come to these ones. So after placing back my already read thriller books, now I have books that I have to read this year. So let's count them. So there are 48 books total over here. So these are all the books these are older books. I start yearly division from 2018, 2019, 2020, and then these are the recent books that I want to read. This is 2021, 2022 and 2023. Now what I'm going to do, now these books which are the 2023 books are my first priority. So these are the books I'll be reading first before rest of the lot. I'll pack them in a different packing paper, and these rest of the books from 19 and rest of these books from 2018, 2019, 2020 and 2021 I'll wrap separately. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm wrapping these books together and then assigning them some random numbers. So whenever the random number generator generates a particular book for me, I'll read one of the books from the older piles and at least 3 books or 2 books from newer pile, so that whenever the random number generates a number for me, I'll pick those books up and then I'll read them. And I need to finish these as quickly as possible. So if I read all 2023 books 3 books a week, I would require 5 weeks to finish it. So now the older books that I have, which is this pile, I'm not gonna pack them because they are very old and I require to read them just because I have to know what they were all about and what thriller genre was based on, because these are really popular books. We have Dan Brown and Leanne Moriarty over here. So those I am not packing, but rest of them I am packing. So let's begin. So mission has been accomplished. These are my 2022 and 2023 books which are to be immediately read, and these are my backdated books which I can get to them slowly. So what I'm going to do is put these in the shelf where I'm going to put the older ones. So now I am randomly putting all these books in the shelf. Shelf is ready. Now to make it even more random, see, the whole idea is picking books that I don't pick for myself, because these are already books that I have been interested in right now or at some point of time. But picking books, enjoying the process of getting unknown books that I might not be ready for at that point of time, and then reading them and pushing myself through a challenge. So these are the books which I'll be picking 3 of, and these are the books which I'll be picking 1 of. And to make it more interesting, I will assign them numbers so that I can randomly generate number to pick books. I'll do the same with the lower ones, but instead of numbers, I'll give alphabets. So I am with my family right now, and they are going to pick randomly books from my thriller pile so that I can read them and let you know how it goes. I'll pick 3 books from my 2023 pile. And I'll pick 1 book from my older pile. So let's begin. Mama, give me a number from 1 to 90. Let's go. So I'm picking out number 3. This is a big but medium width book, so I don't know what it is. Let's open to find out. It is The Only Survivor by Megan Miranda. A decade ago, 2 vans filled with high school seniors on a school service trip crashes into Tennessee ravine, a tragedy that claims the life of multiple classmates and teachers. The 9 students who managed to escape the river that night were irrevocably changed. A year later, after one of the survivors died by suicide on the anniversary of the crash, the rest of them make a pact to come together each year to commemorate the terrible night, to keep one another safe, to hold one another accountable, or both. So this is basically 9 people survived a horrible crash and they have survivor's guilt now. 1 person on anniversary commits suicide and rest 8 of them decide to make a pact that they will meet on anniversary of this event every year. So this is a closed circuit isolated mystery, and one by one they start dying under suspicious circumstances. So this is totally up my alley. I am very happy about getting this one. So let's go, let's pick another one. Shubro, now you give me a number from 1 to 19 except 3.
5.
Okay, again this one is a little chunkier than the previous one, but this still feels like the book of the month book size. So let's see what it is. मामा आपको पता ना, आप कुछ भी बोल रहे हो वो Okay, so this is, oh wow, I absolutely wanted to read this one. This is Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. Late October, after midnight, you are waiting up for your 18-year-old son. He is past his curfew. As you watch the window, he emerges and you realizes he isn't alone. He is walking toward a man and he is armed. You can't believe it when you see him do it. Your funny, happy teenager son, he kills a stranger right there on the street outside your house. You don't know who. You don't know why. You only know your son is now in custody, his future shattered. The night you fall asleep in despair, all is lost. Until you wake and it is yesterday. And then you wake again and it is day before yesterday. Every morning you wake up a day earlier, another day before the murder, with another chance to stop it. Somewhere in the past lies the answer, the trigger for this crime, and you don't have a choice but to find out. So this is slight sci-fi. I don't know how the sci-fi in the book is happening, but this is slight sci-fi, and I was absolutely waiting for this book. I have audiobook checked out from the library and I'm very lucky to get this one. This is also Reese's book club pick. So happy about this one as well. Mama, please pick a number for me. 12. 12. Okay. This seems like a bigger book, but it is also same width. I think we are not getting any chunkers here. Oh, this is Lucy Foley's The Paris Apartment. This is an older book. Everybody knows about this one. This was talk of the booktube community last year, and the synopsis goes, just needs a fresh start. She's broke and alone, and she just lifts her job under less than ideal circumstances. She left her job under less than ideal circumstances. Her half-brother Ben didn't sound thrilled when he asked if she could crash with him for a bit. But he says no, and surely everything will look better for Paris. So only when she shows up at his Paris apartment, her brother is nowhere to be found. Worse, all the people in an apartment are accusing her of doing. This is The Paris Apartment. I am ho-hum about this because I have already tried to read this one. I was not able to. I have read Lucy Foley before. I have loved her guest list, but The Paris Apartment is something that I struck. That is not the case this time. And let's pick the last one from the backdated ones. Oh, sorry, it's Shugro's turn to give me a letter. Luckily, S is one of the smaller ones, which is great because this size is generally YA book. Luckily, S is a smaller one. So this is good because generally a smaller one is a YA book. And it is One of Us is Next by Karen McManus. The fourth installment in this series is just coming out, and I always wanted to get into the series. I have read One of Us is Lying and absolutely loved it last year. So this is One of Us is Next, the sequel to One of Us is Lying, and I'm very happy about this pick. So these are the 4 books that I'm going to read this week and get back to you guys after reading them. So that's all for today. I'll be utilizing this random TBR pick again every month, so that we can all meet together and have a blast by picking random TBRs. So that's all for today, folks. I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe if you like what I do over here. I'll see you with another video soon. Bye bye.